Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me and thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it. And be sure and ring that little bell, and that will notify you every time I upload a new movie review. And be sure and check out our Facebook group. It's called Movie Review Mom, of course. There's a really fun, lively group of people there who love movies and want to get the heads up on which movies are most appropriate for their kids and their family. All right. Now, today the movie I'm reviewing is Boonie Bears to the Rescue. This movie is rated G, and it's 1 hour and 33 minutes. And the movie review mom grade that I'm going to give it is a B. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you a quick little nutshell, suggest some themes that you could talk to about your kids if you watch this with them, and some things I liked and some things I didn't like. So first, in a quick nutshell, the Boonie Bears is a very sweet franchise, perfect for little ones. It's not the best animation that we've ever seen, but it's entertaining enough. And this sequel of sorts is actually the best one that I've seen yet in this franchise, brought to us by a Chinese company, Vision Films Inc. The cute little girl is what makes this new addition to the Boonie Bears franchise just so fun and adorable. This is the second Boonie Bears movie that came out in 2019. They've been busy over there. So if you want to look at my other review of Boonie Bears Fantastica, then check out that review. So this movie is directed by Ding Liang. The movie is not currently in theaters, but is now available as a video on demand on iTunes, Vudu, PlayStation, Google Play, Amazon Prime, Fandango Now, as well as on DVD. So they've tried to time it just in time for Christmas in case you want to get a little DVD gift for a little one that you know and love. It's also available on cable affiliates, including Comcast, Spectrum, Verizon, Frontier, Suddenlink, Mediacom, Google Fiber, Dish, and DirecTV. The movie will actually be available in English, French, and Spanish. The producers gave me a copy so that I could preview this movie and give you all of the heads up. So, some quick tips for parents are, these are just some things just to give you the heads up. Early in the movie, there's this man, Logger Vic, who's in all of the movies, and he has this disgusting runny nose that even grosses out himself. Little ones will think it's hilarious. Parents will go, ah, and get a tissue. Now, a man, same guy, Logger Vic, he eats a pork bun for breakfast. And so American kids or Western kids really won't necessarily know what it is he's eating. He talks about it later. He's like, oh, who ate my pork bun? And so if your kids have never had a pork bun, it might be kind of fun to expose them to that. Take them to a Chinese restaurant and let them taste what a pork bun is. So the movie takes place in China of sorts. There are some landscapes that to me look very American. And I've been to China many times and love China. And so, like, there are cornfields. I've never seen cornfields in China, lots and lots of rice fields. But anyway, so it's kind of a mixture, mostly 99%, I would say, is kind of Chinese landscape and like the house where Lager Vic lives. It's all very Chinese, very old fashioned farm Chinese as opposed to modern day Chinese. And then just maybe 1% American. And like I said, those landscapes. But it's kind of a really neat way to introduce your children to a different culture and different things that they might not be used to seeing. So I really love the Chinese elements and the introduction of sorts to China. Logger Vic, by the way, has a super messy house and he needs to control his temper. So talk to your kids about his good and bad qualities. Generally, in the Boonie Bears franchise, he's enemies with the Boonie Bears. And I don't want to spoil it, but you see some nice qualities in Logger Vic in this particular movie, which I really, really like. You also see a very poopy diaper, which I don't like. There's cartoon violence and then people and creatures in perilous situations. So typical cartoon shenanigans, I can say. Now, some positive themes are, or themes worth talking about with your kids are friendship, parenting, and family. And you can talk to your kids about how hard do you think it is to be a parent, because they watch the Boonie Bears and Lager Vic go through some of these parenting dilemmas. Responsibility as it relates to parenting mostly, teamwork, caring for others, sacrificing for others. So those are really good topics. And you can talk to your kids about them. That's kind of the point. Now, some things that I really liked about this movie is, first of all, the little girl is adorable, except for when she's crying. But even then, she's still pretty cute. At the very end of the movie, you get to see pictures of all of the Chinese children who voiced her character. I was surprised how many children it took to voice this one very little girl. So I thought that that was pretty cute. All of the other voices are performed by just a few people: Rick J. Glenn, Siobhan Lumsden, and Paul Max Reinhardt. They do most of the characters, then Tawny Thompson and Justin J. Wheeler. Rick J. Glenn also does vocals for two of the very sweet songs. One's called Lola's Eyes, that's the name of the little girl, and Boonie Bear's Samba. So the music is kind of cute. There's also some very cute visual humor throughout the whole movie that'll make parents laugh. It'll make kids laugh for sure too, but I always look, I'm a visual learner, so I'm looking for visual humor as well. And so this movie has it. I really liked the creative flying scenes that featured various devices that looked like they would all be super fun, although dangerous to use, and kind of magical. That whole sequence of flying was pretty magical. It almost made me, well, it did. It made me think of Avatar, and when the Banshee go flying around and you wish that you could be up in the sky flying with them. That's kind of the feeling that it gave me. And while the whole movie tends to be very chaotic and frenzied, Act 3 is very touching and provides the deeper lessons to be learned for children and for adults. So I liked that part. And part 3, Act 3 was my favorite. Now, some things that I didn't like is the mouths don't match the English language, but no worries, the target audience is very, very young and certainly won't mind. And that's what allows the producers to actually market this film in several languages. And it's fine. I just noticed it, so I thought I'd mention it. Some of the voice acting is really terrible and annoying and even hard to understand at times. Again, little kids will think it's just silly and crazy, and parents might just think it's a little grating. Um, so there's that. It's not the deepest plot, but again, it's all for the target audience, and I think that they'll get a kick out of it. I can picture my kids when they were very little laughing at some of the shenanigans and the silly nonsense and the crazy capers that the Boonie Bears and Lager Vic get involved in. But again, as parents, this one's definitely more palatable and enjoyable. That's it for my review part. There are some funny lines and some kind of dumb lines, and I list them all on my website, which is moviereviewmom.com. And I'll also, on my website, after every review, always list movies that I think that you would like if you liked this one. So, of course, the movies I'm going to suggest are the other Boonie Bears movies if you haven't seen them. And if your kids seem to really respond to this, then they'll definitely enjoy the whole franchise and all of those. All right, that's it for now. I've got another very sweet children's movie that I'm going to record right after I record this one. So be sure and look out for all of my reviews. And again, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Bye for now.